bonjour, baguette, croissant, je m'appelle Mr. Supercut, or whatever the French say. I don't know what they say. Anyway, today we're playing a new game. It's called The Darkest Files. It only came out a couple of days ago. I played the demo of it and I was like, oh, that's quite a good game. It's quite an interesting game. I like the look of it. I like the idea of it. Think Hunters Amazon Prime show. But instead of killing Nazis, we're putting them in jail, you know? So, let's just play the game, shall we? Stop being stupid. Whoa. Look at that biff. Let's cover that up immediately. Much better. Right, where's my game? Here it is. The Darkest Files. So, I've played, like I said, I played the demo, so I know what to expect going in. I've played 20 minutes of this, the full version, the paid for version, and it's pretty good. So, just turn down that. Maybe here. There we go. Start. So we're going to start a new... I'm going to delete all of these, actually. Don't want to get confused, you know. Start a new game. Okay. There's two parts. The first part, The Insurgent. So we've got three modes to choose from. Story mode. This mode is for players who want to experience the story of the game without great challenges. Investigator mode. This mode is for players who want to solve puzzles and prefer a more challenging experience. And custom. Choose your own difficulties. So it's a bunch of stuff, but that doesn't necessarily... This doesn't mean anything to us at the moment because we haven't learned any of it yet. So there we are. So we're going to go with Investigator mode. Okay. The events in our game are based on true crimes committed during the Nazi era and were investigated in the young Federal Republic of Germany. With the exception of Fritz Bauer, the names of all those involved have been changed. Any similarities with existing persons of the same name are purely coincidental.
Frankfurt, West Germany, 1956. 11 years after the end of World War II, many crimes of the Nazi era still go unpunished. The perpetrators of these crimes are walking free. Many judges, prosecutors, and police officers have already served under the Nazis. Now they have no interest in prosecuting their former comrades for actions similar to their own. For the victims of these crimes, this is unbearable. To end this, Attorney General Fritz Bauer establishes a special unit of young prosecutors with no ties to the old regime. I am Esther Katz. I am one of these prosecutors. We are investigating Nazi crimes and bringing perpetrators to justice. Not to avenge, not to heal, but to show that there are laws that apply to all. It doesn't make us popular. Most want to forget. Some want us to shut up. But they cannot stop us. Nothing belongs to the past. Everything is still present and can become the future again.
Part 1. The Insurgents. So, dang, 11th September? Quite a date to choose, I think. I just realized as well that I was currently, whilst streaming, I was I was wondering why I had so many dropped frames and why it was like such bad quality. Because I was trying to download BioShock Infinite at the same time, and I knew earlier, I was like, right, make sure you stop downloading that when you stream, and here we are.
First day.
I've stopped now, so it should be fine. Okay, so we play a woman called Esther Katz. Just gonna look around. It's our first day on the job.
Looks more like somebody's home than a prosecutor's office. Good. I'm not the first one in.
That means you're late.
I'm glad I brought my own umbrella. I do hate this time of the year.
I don't know, I quite like the rain.
Not where I'd expect to find this office, to be honest. But it's a nice corner of Frankfurt nonetheless. I should try the coffee at Café Selten sometime. I've heard good things.
I love the art style, I love the way it looks. I think it looks really, really cool. It's similar to Return of the Obra Dinn. If you haven't seen my video, check it out. Similar to Return of the Obra Dinn, where it's just like one color. Well, two colors. In Obra Dinn it was black and white, but in this is obviously blue and yellow. But there's a couple more tones in this.
No point in waiting.
The styles are totally
here for an
different, but
appointment.
similar enough to bring it up. I don't think necessarily relevant to us.
Archive. Not where I should be now.
Yes, ma'am.
Hello? Anybody here? Not much of a welcome party.
Doesn't look like anybody, so it doesn't. Objects available for interactions are highlighted in yellow when you look at them. Objects require objects which require an interaction are highlighted in white. I don't understand what I just said. Objects available for interactions are highlighted in yellow when you look at them. Objects which require an interaction are highlighted in white. Okay, I don't think that's what they're talking about, because I'm pretty sure that's blue.
Really small for an intercom. Must be a new model. The door is locked. Fritz Bauer. I'd be hard-pressed to find a more disliked name in this city. I hope this job wasn't a mistake. The door is locked.
So that will be a plot device later on.
So many plants. Someone here has quite the green thumb.
So that's me. Man, my first day on the job and I've already got my name on the wall.
Maybe everybody's in a meeting?
Let's go and have... That is a different magazine to what I just picked up.
The door is locked.
And the name tag is on the floor. I don't want to sit.
They could all be on break, right?
Let's have a look.
No, I'm good.
You have the bathroom right next to where you cook your food. I don't think so.
Not the cleanest of places.
There's only like 3 people who work here. Okay, on the 11th of September 1956, this is what was in the news. Probably not really, but there we are. Catholic Day leave. Catholic soldiers to receive up to 3 days of special leave to attend the German Catholic Day. Cool. Tension with Moscow. The Soviet embassy in Bonn. Arming up. Is that relevant? Japan? No. A bonus for the jackpot? No, we don't need to know any of that information. It's not relevant to us at all. Right, let's head to our office then. Who the heck?
Now, where...
You can choose between different answers. Use the to move between the choices and confirm. Okay. Hello. Let's be nice, I think. I want to be nice.
Good morning.
Oh, hello. Good morning. Sorry
Hello.
I didn't hear you enter. You must be Miss Katz, right?
Yes.
Esther Katz, yes, that would be me. And you are?
Paula Fisher. Hello.
What are you
I'm a
doing
legal
crouching down
assistant
behind
here
my
on
desk?
Mr. Bauer's team. Well, the legal assistant. We're a bit understaffed at the moment.
Makes sense. Oh, I'd like to know, but
It's nice to meet you,
be
Paula.
nice.
Oh, it's my pleasure, believe me. I've brought you this week's newspaper and a letter that arrived for you. Anyway, I should probably be going. I'll be at my desk if you need anything. You'll find me. Or through the intercom. We just had the whole system installed. It made my life so much easier.
When can I expect to meet Dr. Bauer?
Mr. Bauer wants to talk with you once you've acclimatized.
Okay.
His words, not mine. He should be arriving soon for that matter.
Thank
So
you.
should the rest of the team.
I see. Very well then. Thank you.
It's a pleasure to have you on our team, Miss Katz.
Thank you, Paula.
All right then. First encounter, check. Time for me to settle in.
Okay, interesting. Here's some interesting intel from the newspaper that's relevant to us, Dr. Bauer. Bauer's witch hunt, irresponsible and detrimental to the stability of the state. These were the words used by members of the Hessian State Parliament last week to describe Fritz Bauer's work as Attorney General. Some local CDU MPs called for his immediate dismissal. They said that with each ill-considered accusation, he was destroying the reputations of decent men who were just what this country urgently needed. The question arises as to how the high price of Bauer's fanatical crusade will ultimately be and whether Germany can afford it. Okay. I'm stuck. Let's have a quick look around the office, see if there's anything of... Oh, look. Got a murder board. Fantastic.
No signal. The line must be dead. Maybe I should talk to Paula about it.
How strange. Bear with me a sec. Feels a little bit better with the light, you know? There we are.
Miss Katz, how can I help you?
The phone is
I
dead.
tried to use the phone before, but it looks like the line is dead.
Oh, I'm afraid your phone hasn't been connected just yet. It should be done by next week. Sorry for
Next
the
week?
The intercom works though, so you can always talk to me.
Goodbye.
Something else?
That
No.
will be all for now. Thank you, Paula.
You can always
Always
talk to
happy to
me.
help.
I don't think so. Right, let's have a look at this letter. Oh, good grief. The letter... Okay, let's analyze. Let's put our thinking caps on. The letter is headed with Katz and Partner, so that makes me think legal firm. My dear daughter, my heartfelt congratulations on your promotion being a state attorney at the age of 28. That is no small feat. You achieved this on your own through diligence and brilliance of mind. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Though it is a great honor to work for the Attorney General directly, Dr. Bauer is not always easy to work with, I hear. But people are saying a lot of good things about him too, so please don't let me spook you. I wish you all the best for your new position. No father has ever been prouder of his daughter. It's very nice. With love, your father. P.S. Your mother asks if you're coming home at the weekend. I think she's still getting used to the fact that her daughter is working a job, not tending a family. Wah, wah.
The last holiday we spent
So look
together
at our family
as a
then.
family. I'm so glad Dad made us do it. Franz was such a show-off that summer. Always trying to impress the girls. I wish you were here, Big Brother.
Interesting. Where is Big Brother, you know? Is he dead?
A new job deserves a fresh journal, ready to be
Is he
filled
traveling?
with notes and tasks.
Was he drafted into the World War II, you know? Your notebook contains your current to-dos, overviews of characters, and more. Access it through the radial menu. Understood. My urgent tasks. Settle in and unpack my belongings. So here's our characters so far. So we've got the legal assistant, Paula. Workaholic. Don't ask her for coffee. Okay, George Katz, between the law firm and his party membership, so he is a lawyer. He simply works and worries too much. Nothing new there, but he's getting older. Not that he'd admit it, of course. And then Frida, she only wants what any mother would for a daughter, for me to marry a lawyer. Becoming one myself wasn't what she considered a valid alternative. And there's a bunch of terms that we should probably need to know, like Third Reich. Literally Third Realm, the Nazis' name for their government to claim they were the rightful successors to the earlier Holy Roman Empire and the German Empire. Okay. Very interesting.
Look at that. Written evidence of all those sleepless nights. And the ton of coffee. But here I am. I finally made it.
Well
Pretty
done,
sure it was
Esther.
all worth it.
Good stuff.
I'm not letting you down. I swear.
Ooh, I don't know who that is. See, I'm busy. Man, the art style is so cool.
Mr. Bauer is ready for you. He says at your own time. With him, that means as soon as possible.
Thank you. I'd better get going then.
Good luck.
So that image there of me and the other girl and the dog, I don't know who that other girl would be. So that's what it meant, highlighted in white. Necessary.
Miss Katz, welcome to the front line.
Frontline?
The front line, Dr. Bauer?
Just mister. We're working together here. And it's where you are now.
Okay, but you're still a doctor,
At the
yeah?
edge of the enemy land. Believe me, when you leave this office, you'll enter hostile territory. My name, as you already know, is Fritz Bauer, General Prosecutor. Much to the displeasure of the public, I insist on investigating the many crimes committed under the NSDAP. Most of them, of course, have long since gone cold.
Yes.
And nobody out there truly wishes for us, for you, to solve them. Or frankly, to even touch them.
And that's where I come
Rather
in.
thankless job, may I say. Are you up for it?
Yes, obviously.
I am. And I'm well aware of this.
You see, I'm not entirely sure of that. But no matter.
Yes, no matter.
Miss Katz, I believe I have the perfect case for you to start with.
I'm listening.
Hans Naumann. An older gentleman.
So in the demo of the game, which I played a couple of days ago, this case is the one that they use for the demo. So I know a bit about it. Well, I know most of it already. It's a more streamlined, less bulky version of what we're about to play now. So
Shot just before the end of the war.
that makes this a case for us. What do we know?
What do we know about the case?
According
the right
to the
answer.
victim's wife, her husband was taken by a uniformed man for no reason. He never came back. His body was found in a forest nearby after the war. Shot in the head.
Was it investigated? Are there files?
Do we have any files? Any leads?
Yes, from the original investigation. Miss Naumann reported her husband's death to the police. A case was opened. The public prosecutor's office investigated members of the NSDAP local group. They're suspects. However, no charges were pressed. Based on the investigation, Hans Naumann was lawfully executed.
Was lawfully executed, and we're going to ask on what
And
basis.
how did they reach this conclusion?
That you can learn from the documents.
Ugh, you can make me
first
read.
thing that I'll need you to
I can't
establish is
read.
why Hans Naumann was taken. Depending on the answer, we'll see if the case warrants a full investigation. I asked Mrs. Fisher to prepare a file. It should probably already be on your desk. I suggest
should
you
probably
familiarize
already.
yourself with it and invite the widow to give a statement. Mrs. Fisher should be able to help you with that. It
Okay.
might also be wise to check the archives. You never
Yeah.
know what is hidden in these old boxes.
That's fine.
Maybe
Okay.
something about this official order mentioned in the discontinuation report. Ask Mr. Bournemouth for the keys. I believe he has a spare set.
Okay.
Good luck, Miss Cutts.
Thank you, Mr.
Right.
Bauer.
Get the keys, check the files, and invite the first witness. And I'll need a refresher on the Nazi hierarchy. Understanding the chain of command will be crucial. Paula did say to ask her if I needed anything.
Okay. Well, here's Volmut. Okay, so they're just telling me that Paula can do stuff for me because she's a assistant. Okay. Let's knock and enter.
Oh, hello. Oh, please forgive the mess. I'm afraid I didn't have the time to clean up. Miss Katz.
Oh,
right?
that's nice. Look at that. Your family. Yes.
Esther Katz, nice to meet you.
Whoa. Yo,
Pleasure's
his
all
office
mine.
is slick.
Christoph
Look how big it
Wolmuth.
is.
Christoph, preferably. I try to be on first name basis.
And
How's
how's
that
that going?
It worked with Paula, not with Simon. Didn't dare to try it with Bauer.
In this case, I would prefer you treat me like your male colleagues.
We are a small team.
I'm one
I'd
of
love to
those,
tell you
am
that
I?
We are small and tight-knit, but, well, happy to have more people join the fight. Especially someone like you.
So, my character is immediately already being hostile and doesn't want to be on a first name basis, like Christoph and Paula. I want to be referred to as Miss Katz because I want to be treated like my male colleagues. Be your own person, you know? Especially someone like you. Someone like me. Well, if we're gonna act like that, we're gonna play into it.
And what do you mean by that?
Well, you're a woman.
I'm a what?
That's a very astute observation.
Right. Sorry. What I meant to say is, you're a woman and a prosecutor. That didn't sound better.
Forget it.
It doesn't matter. Just forget it.
I apologize. Well,
Strange.
It's just rare. Too rare, if you ask me. Right. Again, it's a pleasure to meet you.
Okay.
Mr. Bauer said you have the keys to the archive?
I do. We all. Oh, despair. I tend to keep 2 sets, as I'm somewhat prone to displacing them. Just let me find it. And there it is. The master key.
Thank
Be
you.
aware of its gifts.
The
Master
master
key?
key?
What the heck?
It's from a story I used to read. You know, don't mind me. Good luck in the archives.
Thank you.
Yes, from the original.
Thank you, my friend. Very kind of you. So, we've got the key to the archives, but we don't know what we need from the archives. So we are just going to head over to Paula
Miss Katz, how can I help you?
and ask her to get
I
some
need
documents
additional
for
files.
Something specific?
Yes.
I need more details regarding NS organizations. Chains of commands, ranks, and badges. Anything you can get your hands on.
Of course, I'll get right to it.
Deal.
Anything else?
Thank
Nothing
you,
for now.
Paula. That will be all for now.
Here if
I-
you need.
Thank you, Paula. I don't want to invite the witness in just yet. I'll tell you what, it's a small thing, but I like how the game doesn't, like, load, or doesn't need to load when I'm going between my office and out here, like it does with these two. Or transition, I guess. Anyway, let's sit down with a cup of joe and go over the old case file. Ooh. Okay, you can enlarge any document by selecting it. You can also add labels. Understood. Let's have a nosy at this. So, a the police department, Public Prosecutor's Office, Munich. 1947, so this was 9 years ago. Official case number 4HN 1945. So we'll put a label on that because I'm pretty sure that's probably what we're going to... Look at my hair now. That's probably what we've got to be looking for in the archives, I'm assuming. Person responsible, Manfred Wagner. Dear Mr. Baustjen, the investigation into the death of Hans Neumann from Munich has revealed that he fell victim to a violent crime. For details, please see the attached file report. We were able to identify 4 possible suspects who were connected with the victim's disappearance. Alfred Faltmann, Hermann Kiebitz, Karl Schickert, and Herbert Schwartz. Okay, so let's label this as 2. The police investigation is thus considered closed, and we hereby officially turn the case over to your prosecutor's office. If you encounter any questions during the examination for indictment, please do not hesitate to contact us at any time. Manfred Wagner. So this went to the prosecutor's office in 1947, and obviously nothing has happened since then. So this is the actual police report. On May 10th, 1945, so 2 years prior to the police handing it over to the prosecutors, a dead body was reported to the police in a wooded area near Munich. The deceased was identified as Hans Neumann, age 77. The autopsy revealed that he was killed by a 7.65mm Browning caliber gunshot to the forehead at close range. No other injuries were found. The victim's widow filed a criminal complaint against unknown persons on August 8, 1945. June, July. So 3 months later, she filed the criminal complaint. She had observed 2 men pick up her husband on April 28th, and he had been considered missing ever since. So April to May is about 2 weeks. The 4 suspects identified in connection with the victim's disappearance were interrogated. All suspects testified that the victim was guilty of treason. What? Treason? And therefore lawfully executed. The evaluation of whether a crime has been committed is the responsibility of the authorized prosecutor's office. So a body was found. A dead body was reported to the police. I find it interesting. It looks as though the body was buried. So how did somebody find this unless it was one of the 4 suspects who reported the dead body anonymously? I don't know. But it is a grisly tale for sure. And apparently all of this is based on true stories as well. All of the names have been changed, but all this is real, true stories. So let's take this with a bit of seriousness, you know? I can't think of the right word to use. 28th of April, Herbert Schwartz, district leader. Herbert Schwartz. So hang on, before we move on, that was one of the 4. If you see here on number 2, that's one of the 4 suspects. So this is about him. On record, M. Mittermoser, block warden. Okay. Block warden Mittermoser saw a man climbing up the block's flagpole, attempting to tear down the Reich flag and replace it with a white flag. Mittermoser ordered the perpetrator to stop and attempted to apprehend him. The perpetrator attacked him, and fled the scene. It's quite intense. The block warden was injured in result. Mittermoser is certain that he recognized the young resident of the block, Jan Neumann, as the perpetrator. Measures taken. Local group leader Faltmann, okay, I think he's also one of the suspects, immediately set up a detachment to arrest and interrogate the suspect, Neumann. So that is interesting. Signed Herbert Schwartz. Okay. We'll also label it as a 1 as well. So anytime one of the names comes up, we'll label it as a 1. Ooh, did anything come up in the police report with those names on it? No, but they were all mentioned here. Okay, and here's a photo of the flag being torn down. A white flag seemingly did not make it up, but the Reich flag did come down, so it's a win in my book. Okay, the prosecutor's office, 21st of March 1947. The preliminary proceedings, January, March. Preliminary proceedings against the 4 suspects due to manslaughter. Dear Mrs. Newman, in the above-mentioned proceedings, we made the following decision. The proceedings shall be discontinued pursuant to 170 Section 2 of the Code of Criminal Procedure. Reasons. The victim, Hans Newman, was a communist insurgent who carried out highly treasonable actions in a wartime situation. The execution ordered by the district leader was carried out according to the law in force at the time of the crime and the official orders of the regional leader for Gau, Munich, Upper Bavaria, Helmut Solberg. Signed, P. Baustin, the prosecutor. Okay. Fine. So the assumption that they're saying is that somebody climbed up the flagpole, tore it down to replace it with a white one, and then when he was about to be apprehended, beat up the block warden, and they're claiming it was Hans Newman, age 77. You know? So, I'm already a bit suspicious. The proceedings against A. Fultman, the 4 perpetrators, were discontinued on the basis of the laws stated below. An act may be punishable only if it was punishable by law before the act was committed. And the criminal code of the German Reich up to September 1945. Anyone at home or as a German abroad who abets the hostile power during a war against the Reich or causes a disadvantage to the military power of the Reich or its allies will be sentenced to death or life imprisonment. In view of these 2 laws, it is not possible to carry out further investigations into this case, as the suspects acted accordingly to the contemporary laws in their execution of the victim, H. Newman. So they're saying that because what are they saying? Because even now the war is over, during the war he did commit a crime, and therefore there's nothing more to say. Even though the law has changed now, back then the law was not changed. That's what I think that's what they're saying. Protocol of conversation. Witness Herbert Schwartz. Okay, so this is one of the 4 suspects. P. Astor. Have we met P. Astor? Baustin. No. Okay. P. Astor, please tell me what happened on the 28th of April 1945. I remember that my esteemed colleague, Alfred Fultman, group leader of the local group 1, tasked with catching the criminal, came to my office. He told me they got the traitor and gave his report from the arrest so that I could issue the official documents. I went, together with Mr. Fultman, out into the hallway. With crimes of this severity, I always give the same order, the order to execute. Big one. I then told my driver to come with me to my office. The others went to the prisoner to carry out my order as requested. P. asked, your driver, what for? H. Schwartz. There was already unrest in the country because of the Americans who were just flooding in like flies. I wanted to set up alternative routes with my driver to avoid these Americans and still make it to my important appointments. Shortly thereafter, there was already a polite knock at the door, and group leader Fultman reported to me that the insurgent had been successfully executed. Okay. So H. Schwartz sounds as though he's the one who's most in charge. He's the one who gave the order to execute based on the crime of treason. And then Alfred Faltman killed him. Okay. That's all we've got for now. So, I want to... What do I want to do? Let's get the witness in.
Miss Katz, how can I help you?
I need you to invite a potential witness.
Of course. Who should I reach out to?
The wife.
Ludmilla Naumann, the victim's widow. I want to hear her version of what happened.
Of course. I'm on top of it. Anything else?
Thank you, Paula. That will be all for now.
That will be
Here, if you
all
need
for now.
anything.
Thank you very much. And now we're actually going to go and check the archives.
Ooh, the smell.
To find the archive case file you're looking for, you need to connect a name to an archive number. Okay, so I'm guessing the name that we're probably looking for is the prosecutor's name. So that would be P. Baustion. So let's have a look. Dang. Put that back. No. Okay. I'm not sure what name we should be looking for then. So maybe the Hans Newman? Newman? Oh, they're in alphabetical order. Ah, there we go. This is the widow. 7JN. Hang on. Remove bookmark. Oh, we'll bookmark it. 7JN 1956. Okay. I'm guessing then is over here. This one. Ah.
Found them. These seem relevant to our case.
Cool. Okay. Munich, 13th of March 1945. Official order. Germans, national comrades in this most difficult time for our nation. More than ever, the responsibilities for Germany's fate rest on all of our shoulders. All Germans are called upon to fight against the traitors in our own country. The resistance is to be disarmed. The uprisings have to be quelled. Anyone who propagates or approves of any measures that would weaken our resistance against the enemy is a traitor and must be shot. Man, it's so intense. Any attempt at insubordination must be met with immediate removal from all public positions and expulsion from the party. The name of Germany will not be tarnished. I trust in your confidence, your absolute allegiance and discipline. Helmut Solbrig, regional leader. Citizens, the war is over. The oppressors have lost. Do not defend the city against the Allies. Avoid unnecessary bloodshed. Tear down the Reich flags from the roofs. Raise the white flags. Welcome our liberators. Freedom is near. Death to the Nazi criminals. Join the campaign to liberate Bavaria. Interesting. Okay. Do we have any other names? Manfred Wagner. So we've got Newman. Voltman, Kiebitz. I can't pronounce the second one. Voltman. F. No.
Paula, how often do I need to tell you that my plaque belongs on my door and not on the floor.
That voice. Oh no.
And how often do I need to remind you that I am not your handyman?
Just fix my door, Paula.
Fix it yourself.
No. No. There's no way it's Peter's. Just no. I need to check it. Please let it not be him. Oh, of all the people, how is he here?
Do we know him? So she recognized the voice. Right, where's my witness?
How can I help you?
Thank you, Paula.
Here if you need.
Thanks. Perhaps we should introduce ourselves to this man. Check who's the final co-worker. Okay, alright.
This better be about my door, Paula. Tell me this is a joke.
My thoughts exactly.
Falda, what are you doing here, Katz?
Funny. I was just about to ask you the same thing.
I work here, Katz. I'm Mr. Bauer's right-hand man. And I'm so sorry, but we don't really do marriage disputes for bored housewives here, you know?
Oh, dang. Undermine or assert, you know? Undermine.
Right-hand man. So what? You're his assistant? I thought you wanted to be a well-paid defense attorney. Didn't get the job on account of your wonderful personality, I assume.
Too much. I think that was way too much because he definitely is a defense attorney. So all he has to say is, well, obviously you're being stupid. I am a defense attorney. Don't be dumb.
Just my luck. So you're the new hire, Katz.
In the flesh.
You won't last a week.
I'll prove you
You
wrong.
did, so I'm sure I'll manage. Just you watch.
That's a good
I
line.
won't last you. You'll see.
Classy, as always. You know what? I don't have time for this. Get out of my office, Katz. Try not to embarrass yourself.
Good line.
There's nothing left for me to do. I should call it a day.
Okay. So how do we end? You haven't done any work, Esther, actually. Once all your mandatory tasks are completed, you can go to the main door of the lobby downstairs to end the day and begin the next chapter. Okay, don't mind if I do. Nice one, Paula. I've been here for 5 minutes, but I am now heading out. Goodbye.